Hey everyone, this is Shaheen from ShaheenMiroInsights.com, and I am doing the intuitive forecast for this upcoming week, which is September the 26th. And we're going to look at the energetic flow, the energetic atmosphere that we can expect, and see what hurdles or pitfalls are going to present themselves and how we can best navigate this and have a really fabulous week ahead. And one of the things I really like to focus on when I'm doing this is not only what's coming up, but how to really use that energy, because I really believe that our intentions are activated by our actions. So as you go into the week, having a really clear perspective about what you intend to do is a wonderful thing to kind of set that energy into motion. And being able to look at that intention and how it's supported by the overall flow for the week, or maybe how it's hindered by that flow, can help you get to that intention quicker and faster and with ease. We're always trying to be in the flow with the intention and the energy of our own personal story, but the larger story as a whole. So one of the things I suggest is for you to ask yourself as the week begins, what is it that you want to work on? What is it that you want to get done? What are your intentions for yourself personally? What's your intentions for your own well-being? What are your intentions for your relationships, for work, for personal projects? So looking at those areas will really help you to link in with your highest good and use your personal energy the best way you can. And one of the things I always do is I look at my intention, what it is that I'm trying to create, and then I distill that down to the feeling. And I ask myself, how do I want to feel? And then, what's going to support that feeling? And that can look very different than what you initially thought you wanted. And it can be much simpler as well. All right, so let's look at the cards that come up and see how those lay out and how they tell the story for this upcoming week. Now, the first card we have is the Emperor. And the Emperor is an interesting card because he's always very much about strong will, analytical thinking, progression, and figuring out the pieces that fit together to make the whole. He's about the system and the steps to get to whatever actions you're trying to take and whatever goal you're trying to outpicture. One thing that's interesting about him to me is that there is this other side to the Emperor that, even though he's calculated and he can be a bit forceful and he's all about the analytical, logical side of things and looking at the linear progression, he is also really good about observing. And something that I suggest for this week is to sit back and observe. Observe how things are unfolding and use that as a blueprint for whatever it is that you're trying to create next. So you might even ask yourself, what is it that you're trying to do? And have you tried to do it before? And if you have, did it work? And if it didn't work before, are you going to choose those same steps moving forward? A lot of times we do repeat these kind of cycles and then we end up being disappointed once again, or we end up not really achieving what we wanted, and then we wonder why. But we haven't actually taken new steps to get to this other side of the goal. So that's something that I absolutely suggest as the week moves forward. And if you look at the card, we can get into up here. If you see this right here, there's this little tiny bit of water right here in the corner. And that is a reminder that even when you're in that analytical, logical, linear perspective, the left brain the right brain, the intuitive, the inspirational, the fluid self is always there. So allow your inner wisdom, allow your artistic, creative, intuitive self to step through and see through the eyes of the emperor, through the eyes of the analytical. And that creates balance and perspective that is much more far-reaching. Now the second card that we get is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page is in such a beautiful scene here where he has the trees and the hills and the mountains, and, or they could be water, and there are little flowers blooming. So everything feels really fertile, really alive, really in the beginning of a growth process. And he holds in his hand this golden globe or coin or shield or sphere, however you want to see it. But what it represents is this intention or this thing that is being created. Sometimes when I look at this, I almost imagine him holding up this new creation, holding up this intention and handing it to the universe and asking for spirit, for the universe, for the creative unknown to take it like a seed on the wind and scatter it to where it needs to go so that it can find fertile ground to root and grow and come to life. So with the Emperor and the Page, we know that there is a process, but sometimes it's important to realize that the process can only be controlled up to a certain point, and then you have to release it and let it go and let it become something in the world. Now that, along with this card, the Strength card, is very profound to me. Let's see if we can get her in there. So with the Strength card, you see a woman who holds the infinity symbol over her head, which is fascinating. I went to the store and bought something today, and my total was $8.88, which instantly made me think of the infinity symbol, which is always about connection. It's always about cycles and circuits and how everything is interrelated, interconnected, and always abundant. It's really a platform or a representation, rather, of the universe and how it's always in a cycle, and there's always this recreation and regeneration of energy. We also see that she stands in a fertile place, trees and hills and grass at her fingertips and at her feet, and she has it on her as well. So she's really adorned with nature and with abundance. And there's this lion who she has her hand in his mouth, or its mouth. And the lion is a representation of our primal nature, of our deeper nature. It also represents Leo. And the lion is the king of the jungle. It's the prideful, the loyal, the even egotistical, vibrant, flamboyant energy, persona, perspective. But she has seemed to calm him. Not tame him, but calm him. And I always say when the Strength card comes up, we overcome conflict with empathy rather than force. We connect into that interlinked nature of the spirit, and we overcome whatever is opposing us. So in the context of this, we have an idea, we have a plan, there's something we're trying to create. We find the most logical steps, the guiding post, we release it out into the world, and then we feel it into existence by connecting into our own infinity, by connecting into the larger cosmic energy that lives inside of us, not outside, but inside of us. So it's through ourselves that we find the bigger world, we find the universal spirit. And that beautiful, massive, vibrant, expansive ocean of energy is what will draw in our intentions and help bring them to life out here in the physical world. I love that. So absolutely look at your week as it begins. Find what your intention is and what are the action steps you're taking to get there. If you've already started doing that, honor the process. Honor the process and trust that you've put out there your intention and that you've taken the right steps to at least release it into the creative unknown. And then have a beautiful, fluid connection with yourself, your inner wisdom, with the universe, the creative unknown. And know that you will be prompted, guided, and moved by your intuition, your deepest wisdom, to make the right steps to manifest whatever that intention is. And as I said before, I always look at the feeling behind the intention, because that's the foundation of it all. All right, I think this is a beautiful reading. I hope you found it insightful. I really love hearing from you. So if you have any questions or comments, if you want to share your own intention for the week, please do that. I know I personally am focused on creative endeavors and taking some of the ideas that I've had and that I've been working on and channeling those into more actionable steps, things that are tangible. So, getting my hands dirty, if you will. So let's hear what you're doing. Also, there are a couple articles that I'll share in the text below. One of the things I will also share is a video that I made the other day about using the Gypsy's Aura Elixir. And that is this fun little stuff, which I've been talking about, and I know many of you are familiar with. I just love it so much, and I just want to share it with you. And from all the questions that I've been getting about easy ways to use spiritual cleansing in your daily life, I feel like this is one of the things that I highly recommend that is easy for everyone to use. So there's a video about that, and there will also be a giveaway in the video if you watch and participate. So take care of yourself, have a fantastic week, be empowered, be inspired, be good to yourself, and take some time to really explore what you're putting your own magic into. I hope to talk to you soon. Visit me at ShaheenMiroInsights.com and check out the articles there, interact with me, use the contact form, and if you would like to set up your own private intuitive guidance session, we can book a reading for you and look at your personal energetic story, what's happening, and how to make big magic in your life. All right, until next time, take care of yourself. Bye.